Hi, this is Mon Rasz and you are listening to my daily thoughts number 7. Today's reflections are about time. Referring to the last daily thoughts, I hope you took the time to do a little meditation session. I understand that not everybody's schedule allows for extra time. So today I would like to take this opportunity and focus on time itself and see what impact it might have on us. 24/7, 365. That's our common definition of time available. 24 hours, 7 days a week, or 365 days a year. My calculator shows 8,760 hours. Multiplied with the estimated life expectancy of 80 years, and this makes 700,800 hours of time in our life. To better memorize, let's round it up to 750,000 hours. So everybody has 750,000 hours of time to spend in life. Okay, almost 1,000,000 hours to spend. But what happens if we don't want to spend time? Can we not spend time? Can we save it? Or do we have to spend it? What is time to begin with, and who gave us the time we have? And talking about time, since we have time, can we lose it? And what does it mean when we are running out of time? Looking at all these questions, it seems that we think about time like we think about money, with the exception that we don't have to earn it before we can spend some of it. Aren't we spending time as if it is a credit that we know we don't have to pay back? So let's spend it on anything. Wouldn't we spend time with a lot more care if we had to earn it in the first place? The universal clock is ticking for billions of years and for many more to come. We are allocated in one lifetime a very tiny piece of it. How can we use it more wisely and as if we had to earn it initially? Let's start out with our perception of time. Here are 2 examples. Picture yourself watching an interesting film for 2 hours, and picture yourself waiting for a bus or be stuck on the highway for 2 hours. Which 2 hours go by faster? Everybody will vote on the first example. I would say that's a given. But why is that so? If you notice, in both cases our body is not actually doing something except thinking. We are just sitting on a bench or a seat, have the eyes open and look at something. In the first example we find that what we are seeing very interesting. Time goes by fast. Basically we hope that the film is a long one, extended version, be my guest. In the latter one we find it boring. Time goes by slowpoke. We would like to kill time, but are unable to do so. So we have to wait, count the minutes and seconds. We are getting uncomfortable. This is our perception of time. What reminds me of physics and Einstein's theory about time and relativity. Do you remember from school? The example with the 2 trains, one traveling close to light speed, the other one at normal speed. Both have an atomic clock on board and leave at the same moment for a long trip. After a year has passed in the slow train, a signal is sent to the other train and both stop to compare the time on their respective atomic clocks. While the clock on the slow train shows 1 year, the clock on the superfast train might show half a year or only a month or so, depending how close to light speed it was traveling. Please note, both trains were making turns around the Earth just at different speeds. The direction doesn't matter. The only thing that does matter is, in this example, the speed. And to stretch it a little bit more, if the superfast train would have traveled right from the beginning at light speed, the clock would not have ticked at all compared to the 1 year on the clock in the normal train. The only problem here is that nothing that has matter can be accelerated to light speed. The closer it gets to light speed, the more it increases in mass. The heavier it gets and the more difficult it is to accelerate even more. However, if we would be made out of light, which doesn't really have matter, then we would be traveling at light speed and time would not pass anymore. We could be traveling for 100,000 or more years in space and times on Earth, and would not have aged one bit. Isn't that worth a moment of meditation? And here is one more point of view. We always measure the size of the universe in light speed units. For instance, it takes X amount of billions of years for the light to reach the outer limits of the universe. For us, this is an incredible amount of time and distance. But for the light itself, it's nothing at all, because it travels at light speed, so no time passes for the light itself. If we could change forms from a body of matter into a body of light, then distance and time would not count anymore. Isn't that worth another moment of meditation? Going back to our perception of time, it seems at first the higher the gear our brain is in, the more impulses it has to digest, like in form of incoming images and sounds, the less we notice how time passes. But that's not the end of it yet. The signals we are receiving must also match to what we judge as fundamental, pleasant and or important, so that we are ready to spend some of our precious time on it. But maybe it, the perception of time, has also to do how we perceive life. If life is a one-time event, there's a tendency to think, I want to grab as much as I can before I'm running out of it, and I don't care what comes thereafter. However, if we look at the possibility of being reborn in another life, then one of a sudden the aspect of time and life changes, and timeless words like accomplishment, growth and learning replace those full-time ones such as money, power and status. For today I thank you for your time. May the higher spirit help us evolve. Until the next daily thoughts, yours truly, Mon Rasz. And today's post-lectum is: in the next session I will be talking about things and how much of our time they require for their own life. So here's a little homework. As you do it with the money you have spent at the end of each month, take a stopwatch and make a list of time you have spent during one day on the different actions you perform. Maybe we come to the same conclusions.